prison static abilities are tedious and boring. All right, 4-color oven. So oven refers to Witch's Oven, which we're pairing with Cauldron Familiar. We got Mayhem Devil here and Korvold the Fae-Cursed for red cards. We've got Broko here for some blue cards. Notably, Mayhem Devil and Korvold Fae-Cursed trigger when you sacrifice food as well. So Wicked Wolf eating things or Vraska eating things are going to trigger both of these cards for value and fun. We've got Golden Egg here as an extra food that also happens to cantrip, but it's also mana fixing in our 4-color deck, which is sweet. So let's go ahead and dive into some matchups and see how it goes. Where'd all the banned cards chat come from? Well, Wizards announced, if you didn't see, that they're going to be doing an emergency ban list update on Monday. So next Monday, the Monday after the Mythic Championship this weekend, there's going to be an emergency ban list update. But Jeff, they scheduled it, so it's not technically an emergency ban list update. It's an emergency ban list update. Does it guarantee a ban? It doesn't guarantee a ban, but it's pretty likely. Yeah, decks are already set for the Mythic Championship. You can see all the deck lists up there. And here's the extra, I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Here's the extra tinfoil hat on the they're probably banning something. They announced the ban list schedule change after all of the decks for the Mythic Championship were submitted. How was Modern this morning? Modern was Modern. We died on turn 2 and turn 3 a bunch. So, like, all the deck lists for the Mythic Championship got submitted, and they were like, oh, by the way, we're going to have a ban list schedule change. What constitutes an emergency? Changing the normal schedule, in my opinion, constitutes an emergency. Golos decks are 40% of the Mythic Championship. If they have a Cavalcade here, they could kill Oko inside of combat. Before anybody says 40%'s a lot, that's the similar percentage that Esper had 2 seasons ago. So people who are acting like that's a big deal, like if that was a big deal, then they should have banned Esper 2 seasons ago too. Here's something that's very important because a lot of people don't understand statistics. The most important thing about the decks at the Mythic Championship is not the percentage that the decks are played. That's not relevant. The thing you're going to want to look at is what the performance rate of those decks are. So, for example, if the Golos decks at the Mythic Championship have a 50% win rate against the non-Golos decks in the field, it's really not that good, right? Like it batted 500 against non-mirrors. Another thing you need to understand is that this Mythic Invitational is also a small, very metagamable tournament. Tournaments that are sub 100 players tend to create inbred metagames, or metagames where they're going to be different than what you would see at an open entry tournament. Rhino Grap, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like if you look, players for tournaments like that a lot of them test together. So you'll see players who have like, you know, the exact same deck list across like 4 or 5 players because they're all the same testing team. And that's super relevant to note as well. Statistics don't lie, but people lie with statistics all of the time. And some of the time, people lie with statistics unintentionally because they don't understand why what they're doing and what they're saying is wrong. I think we've died. Didn't I qualify for it? No. I missed qualifying for the tournament on tiebreakers. So other people who went 5-2 qualified for the tournament, but I did not qualify for the tournament going 5-2. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Rhino Garth. I appreciate the support. I mean, I think this gives me a chance, right? Because if I block like this, this lets me Oko this next turn. Yeah, I think this is the line. Because I definitely can't beat this card living. I think they would have been right. I think they shouldn't have split the difference here. I think they should have sent everything at Oko or everything at my face.
Quite the nibble.
This is an incredibly good draw because it lets me sacrifice food to kill their creatures, which is sick. Sure.
I'm happy as a hellion to start some fires.
All right, when those die at end of turn, I get to deal damage. Chandra also triggers our Devil. Yep. Hey, Rakdos X, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. Do they have another Rimrock Knight? This is fine, because I'm going to sack this to kill this, and that also counters the Rimrock Knight. I did have someone link me that. That was sweet. Corey's good people. I've hosted him once or twice before. So Oko dies, that dies. Yeah, well, this game was super impressive. So these both die, which lets me kill both of these. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely sweet. There are so many sweet things in this format. People just, like, need to try them. Building Golos is easy. Finding sweet decks is not. What was the source of Temur Oko? I just wanted to see how good playing turn 2 Planeswalkers would be. Oko does not keep Chandra tokens alive. If it did, there would be Chandras and Temur Planeswalkers. Okay.
Training is so hard.
Thank you for being awesome and entertaining. I have my kiddo entertained. You've kept my kiddo entertained during his tonsil removal recovery. Hey, thanks for being here, Hero of God. Glad to hear it. Ooh, Candy. Is that even good? I feel like I'm not even supposed to play that, right? Do I want to gain 3 or give this 1-1? I think I'd rather gain 3 here. think I'm gonna hang on to this for now. This doesn't put lethal in play, right? I guess it would be lethal in play if I had... I guess maybe I'm supposed to play this, sack the food to this, and fight their thing, and then I'd do 1 to their face. And it'd be at 11, and I'd have 8, 12. Yeah, I could have put lethal on the board here. I might have been too conservative with my play line. Applehead, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Some people are using Teamer Walker as the fan movement today. Awesome. Yeah, I'm aware Rimrock Knight can't block. I wanted to just not die. And like being conservative here is probably fine just because we're so far ahead. I don't know that my line is strictly incorrect just because like I don't feel like we can lose if we play conservatively from here. Alright, so mono red. Trophy's good. Vraska's great. Legion's End is fine. Korvold is definitely too slow, right? So he's gotta go. Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Probably just trim once. I think once is my filler. As unabashed, liberal, and trans girl in the army, just wanted my pop head in and say thanks for the rant last night. It made my day and cemented my resolve to keep you subbed. Thanks, Lyrics. I appreciate that. And thanks for serving our country. Stay safe out there. Yeah, the Teamer Planeswalker deck is just like a good mix of like sweet and nice and aggressive. If you want a not safe for work Hoagland rant, skip to 1 hour 40 in the Once Upon an Aristocrats video from yesterday. There is some language as a fair warning. Topic of your rant, enlightened centrism. Is there a chance I replace Modern Mornings with Mythgard? I am going to be doing less Modern content starting next week. I'm going to be doing Mythgard at the end of the stream as opposed to at the beginning of the stream, though. Yeah, absolutely everything I stream ends up on my YouTube channel. And if you're a new viewer and you haven't checked out my YouTube channel and my website, there's a ton of fantastically well-organized content in both those places. Should definitely check it out. Unfortunate that we lost the oven, yeah. How much to get Once Upon a Cat played second tomorrow? So, can you DM me that question, Fox? And I can let you know after I'm done streaming today. Because the amount to get it played second right now, and after I total everything and count everything, could be different. So I can give you a number that's certain tomorrow, or at the end of today after I total up everything. Frenzy's kind of scary. Huh? Well, if our lands hadn't done 6 damage to us, we'd probably be okay here. I think I'm gonna elk the cat. They could have a shock here. So, when this dies, it turns into a normal old cat again. So that's nice. I'm not going to be stopping playing Modern. I'm just going to be doing a little bit less of it. So I'm gonna be moving back to doing I'm gonna be moving to doing about 2 Modern Leagues per week, or 3 Modern Leagues per week as opposed to 5. They just gave up Frenzy, yeah. All right, so what am I doing here? If I make a food, I can Wicked Wolf eat the Thorbane, which I think is good. I give up the Mayhem Devil triggers, though. That's probably fine, though. No, bans will get announced on Monday. If plenty of greens, let's grab an extra black source since I have both of these in my hand.
Surely you must be famished.
Yeah, our mana, we definitely bled for our mana here. That being said, like, Cauldron Familiar and Wicked Wolf and, like, the Oven and, like, all these things, like, we still have an okay red matchup. How long does it take me to upload a 1.5-hour video to YouTube? So, I actually export the videos directly from Twitch to YouTube, so I don't have to upload, but my upload speed is about 10 megs a second. When I do upload stuff, if I have to like video edit something. Ooh, that's good. All right, so what am I doing here? I think we're making a food. Am I shocking for the familiar? I don't think so. I think I'm just like oven, tapped land, go. What if I send both of these here? I'm gonna send both of these here. And then I can sack my food to the wolf to kill their 1/1, and then my creature will kill their Tybalt. Yeah, so before blockers, I'm gonna activate this to kill this. My fiber is actually not symmetrical. I only have 100 megs up, but I have 500 down. Thanks, Pythrion.
Fine then. I'll leave.
I don't know. I feel like anybody who's heard me go off on politics before will appreciate that one from yesterday. And if you haven't heard me go off on politics before, you might learn something. Yeah, 500 down is overkill. The price difference between 250 and 500 was pretty minimal though, so I got it. How do you cast something before attacks? So if you noticed, I clicked on the stop after attackers here on the phase tracker. All right, so I'm gonna sack the cat and hit this for 1. Yeah, they actually offer 1,000 down, and I didn't get it because I just didn't need the extra speed. It goes like, there's like 50% more to get 1,000 versus 500. I just don't need the difference. Oh, I don't know if this deck is good, chat, but it's definitely great. It is definitely great. All right, so let's attack. And this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This does 10. They're dead, I assume. What router do I use? I have an Asus Nighthawk router. And every food we sack does 3 here. Because it does 2 from the Mayhem Devils and it adds 1 to Wicked Wolf. Kill you. We actually have more damage left over that we don't need here. Your data cap is 1 terabyte, so that never happened. I actually, so fun fact, when I had Comcast internet here, boo Comcast, before fiber was available, because streaming is my job, I actually went over their terabyte cap every single month. So the amount of money I pay for my fiber internet is almost the same price as I paid Comcast to uncap my bandwidth. Flipping criminals. Comcast shows a fundamental failure of capitalism in action. Yeah, my uploads went over the terabyte limit. Yeah, fiber doesn't have capped bandwidth. The reason why they cap bandwidth when you're using something like Comcast is because cable internet technically has shared bandwidth. So like if one person in the area is using a lot of bandwidth, it slows everybody else down. Yeah, regional monopolies are a failure of capitalism. You heard it here first. Do I keep the painful lands? I think I keep the painful lands for better mana, because this gets black and then I have all my colors nicely. So I need double green. A while back, my ISP sent me a passive-aggressive letter saying, we don't have a data cap, but if we did, you'd have gone over it. Yeah, uncapping my Comcast internet when I had it was $50 a month on top of what I already paid for the service. It wasn't a good scene. Comcast charges you more for business internet. I looked at business lines with them before I had fiber available. It's significantly more. It's a good draw. God, next turn is going to be sick. Look at this. I swear to God, the auto tapper has gotten worse with the release. Why would you tap my swamp when I very clearly have a Cauldron Familiar in my hand? Like, why is that what you would do, auto tapper? The egg probably messes with the auto tapper's brain. I don't know if that's true. And if it is, that's still a failure on the auto tapper's part. All right, so we're gonna cook the cat here, but you don't bring the cat back until next turn. So we want the Mayhem Devil in play when we bring the cat back. If they don't have a sweeper, we're in a pretty good spot. And if they do have a sweeper, we're still like in an okay-ish spot. Hey, Base 27, thanks for the half a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So with Mayhem Devil out, every cat cycle deals 3 damage, which is great. The Stream Decker plugin on the overlay is currently broken. I've alerted the developer. In the meantime, if you go to their website, the website is functioning. Sorry about the inconvenience. And again, gonna wait to my turn to bring this back, because I could draw another Mayhem Devil. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. All right, so do I kill Golos here? Do I kill Golos here? Are they dead? Are they dead? This does 2, 3. This is 3 to bring it back, and then 3 when I sack it, and then 3 again. I think I just pass here. Hey, thanks for the sub gifty, Tracy. I think I'm just gonna pass. This lets them activate Golos, but like, if they find a sweeper, it resets the board. If they don't find a sweeper, I'm gonna slaughter them. Can I complain here and say I don't like working with people whose only marketable skill is family connection? Yeah, definitely. I assume they're activating Golos here, or like trying to figure out how to activate Golos and struggling. They're like trying to tap specific lands to activate Golos. Kenrith. Okay. Okay. So they can give haste here. Okay. So this is 17 total. Just go like block, block, take 8, 13, go to 5. Oh. Huh. All right, well, I would like to keep my Mayhem Devil, so let's not have that happen. Get that right on out of here. Am I supposed to just make a mana with this to deal 2? I think we kill them next turn if I do that. I think they're dead, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're dead. We like sack a food, and then next turn we bring this back and then sack it, and then yeah. All right, sweet. It's good. Good clean limit. They also concluded that they're dead. Yep. All right. So Wicked Wolf is not particularly good here. This is a little bit slow, so I want to trim at least 1, I think. Ashiok's great. Disdainful Stroke's great. Click submit. It seems relatively clean. Is Vraska good here? How do we feel about Vraska? Probably not very good. Could leave a Korvold in. It doesn't let me whisper you. Weird. Are you in the Discord server, Fox? Could you message me there? You can also drop me an email. jeffhoagland@linux.com. Linux. I could put in a Legion's End. Yeah, let's put in a Legion's End. This is mostly for aggro, but it's fine here. Buying a turn here is probably fine. Yeah, let's bring in both. See how that feels. For people that are wondering why I didn't chump block with the cat, Korvold, Kenrith gives trample when they activate the red ability. It's haste trample. For people that missed that. As a heads up, the little claw on the creature icons, if you can make it out, indicates trample. Generally speaking. Yeah, sure. Never didn't have it. Shootsy scores. This was pretty good too. So definitely shocking this in. Am I just playing egg or am I playing goose? I think I'm playing the egg to start. Morning, Monster Man. I'm doing swell. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Yeah, Oko upgrading the cat is quality for sure. Wow! I could have played around the devout decree by making the cat green, chat. What a misplay. Could have played around it by making the cat green. Hey, thanks for the 8 months, AC Windelf. I appreciate it. All right, so like, my opponent just missed a land drop. So I think even though I can't attack with the food this turn, I'm gonna make the food into a 3/3. So that way I have more 3/3s next turn. So even though this can't attack because it's summoning sick, I'm gonna make it so that way I attack for 9 next turn. So I just want to close the game out while they're stumbling. Play on Riot's even buggier new client. Good luck, Godspeed. Hail China. I think Hail China is just gonna be my response when people tell me they're playing the new Riot game. Feels like an appropriate response. Get that. Are we 2-0 with our 4-color oven deck? We beat Mono Red and we beat Golos. That's exciting. We had a bad run with this deck last time, and I was like, this deck's better than its record shows. I'm glad we're having a good one with it this time. This deck is gasoline. Yeah, Golos had a bad draw in that second game, but they had a pretty good one in the first game. Hail Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, Hail Winnie the Pooh is probably a better inside joke. Yeah, like, if you look at this deck is like, it's base screen, right? Like, it's base screen with 3 splashes, essentially. And, like, Goose, Egg, and Once Upon a Time, like, all help fix our mana to an incredible degree. He says as he looks at a hand that does exactly that. Did I catch Icy Wind Elf? I think I did, but in case I didn't, thanks again. Yep, yeah, digging for your Mayhem Devil is really good. In fact, that's why Once Upon an Aristocrat was great yesterday, because it just, like, found Devil more often. So, China's benevolent dictator, or whatever you want to call him, he hates being told he looks like Winnie the Pooh, which of course means the internet refers to him as Winnie the Pooh constantly, because that's how the internet works, because apparently he doesn't understand. All right, what are we supposed to do here? I think I'm egging to draw a card. And I think I'm going to pay 2 and 1 at their end of turn. They banned it from their internet. That's fantastic. That's, yup. Alright, looking for a land here, ideally a red one. God bless you, little demonic tutor.
I was getting bored anyway.
Well, I mean, like, you have to remember that, like Riot is, like, wholly owned by a Chinese company, right? Like, in their entirety. Like, Blizzard's only 5% owned. Riot's 100% from my understanding. Unless I've been misinformed. So, like, I think it's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of days how people who were, like, critical of what Blizzard did are going to, like, jump on this new Riot card game. It's like, do you not understand? Do you not get it? So this card, Korvold the Fae-Cursed, when he attacks or enters the battlefield, we sacrifice a permanent, and whenever we sacrifice any permanent, we draw a card, which is, like, pretty sick. Oh, that's my only black source. Awkward. Remember we were talking about how good my mana was? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Nothing but net. True skill game. Mana's perfect. Deck's perfect. You all are perfect. I appreciate you all at home for watching my stream today. This stream is definitely not pre-recorded. I am definitely currently playing a live match of Magic. I just got here, clearly have the reason you drew that. Oh yeah, he gets bigger every time we sack something too. Alright, what if I did this and I did 2 damage to you, I gained a life, and I drew a card? How would that make you feel, opponent? Would it make you feel happy? It would make me feel happy. I feel happy. Do 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 do. Alright, so I'm gonna make a food. I'm gonna sack the food to the cat, which lets me deal 2 damage here. And then I'm gonna sack the cat to the Fae-Cursed, which lets me deal 2 more damage. I don't know if this deck is good, chat, but it's definitely great. And by that I mean they're dead because my thing's a 9/9. Listen, chat. When you kill your opponent, you have to stop drawing cards. It's not a good scene. I love drawing cards, chat. Don't take that away from me. Been playing Devil decks before this set. I've seen success with Heartfire Thoughts. I don't know. I feel like Heartfires win more a lot of the time. I also feel like I just have so many cards I want to fit into these decks anyway, so just kind of don't have room for that effect. I think their creatures seem to get too big for Wicked Wolf if they're gaining a bunch of life, so I'm going to bring in an extra Vraska and a couple of trophies here. And like a Miser's Legion then, maybe. This seems fine. Maybe I want Veil of Summer against their deck that has Murderous Rider. Let's play a cheeky Veil instead of a cheeky Legion's End. Dude, let's do 2 Veil. Veil cycles when it's bad a lot of the time. Just watch the NSFW rant from yesterday's stream. Can you please bring your family? Can you bring your family to Thanksgiving to rant at my family, please? This might surprise you, but not all of my family shares my strong beliefs. Definitely not the extended family. I definitely grew up in what you could describe as a conservative household. That darn college and its liberal bias, though. That darn college education I went and got. Was I homeschooled to reinforce conservative ideas at home? No, that's not true at all. My mother's actually fairly liberal, and she was the one homeschooling us. We were homeschooled. I was homeschooled growing up because my older brother had some issues in school, and then my mom decided to pull us all out. And then, like, once you've done homeschooling as a child for a little bit, the idea of going back to school just sounds miserable. So starting in junior high, my parents always gave my brothers and I the choice to go to a traditional public school, and like, no, not a chance. Like, hey, Taco Pizza, I have an advanced degree in mathematics, and I play children's card games for a living, so you know. Grew up in a mid-Kansas ultra-conservative household. It was painful to watch their older age medical bills take every penny they spent their lives earning, all while they continue to yell at me at how wrong my views are. Yep. Single-issue voters and people voting against their own best interests are the base of the Republican Party at this point. And there's a lot of overlap in those groups. I think our opponent might have gotten killed so badly they left, or their client crashed. So it's very possible their client crashed. Is there a reason I don't homeschool my children? My older son has some special needs that he gets extra services for by going to a traditional public school. So. Hey, Dallas, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. On to the next one. Are we now 3-0 with this? We are, in fact, now 3-0. Did my parents have any training for homeschooling? They did not. Homeschooling laws vary wildly from state to state in the United States, and in Illinois, you don't need to have any certifications. At least when I was growing up, you didn't need to have any certifications. I'm not sure if that's still the case. I haven't looked into it, but... My property taxes are also quite high in the house where I live. Illinois has some of the highest property taxes in the country. Like, my house is less than like 300 grand, and I think our annual property taxes are like 8 grand or something like that. Some very high amount. And for people who are not familiar with the United States, we fund our education based on property taxes, which is basically the 2019 version of classism. It's how we keep people in poverty. Because the people with more expensive houses tend to go to better schools. Because that's how the schools get paid for. One of those really jacked up things that needs to change. And I mean, like, obviously I ended up okay, right? Like, I was homeschooled with pretty lax laws, but like, you know, I have a master's degree. I had my master's degree by the time I was 21. Like, my education did not suffer from homeschooling, but I'm sure there are some people out there that that's not the case for. I'm in the CA Bay Area in your house. My house is like 3,200 square feet. Houses are very cheap in the cornfields where I live. So like that's the upside to living here. Is my house is under 300 grand, but it's huge. I think we're dying, chat. I think we're dying. I guess I have a 3-3 here. I have a 3-3 here, so maybe we're okay. Am I going to stream the Eldraine Constructed? I don't know what that is, Waffle. My house does have a finished basement. Everything in my house is finished except for one room. There's one unfinished room in my basement, which we are going to be finishing into a studio at some point. I actually believe I found someone to help me finish that, so that's great. Alright, so since Oko's gonna die anyways here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my oven to recook the food. Gonna make some leftovers here. Second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a whole lot worse. Witch's oven, more like microwave oven, yep. Are we gonna run back the block in the Collision Colossus here? This Magic game's a little bit repetitive, chat. Anybody have a strange sense of deja vu?
I grace you with my lack of presence.
Man, our lack of a land here is real bad. I guess I do this and pass. I think I'm just trading for Zurta here. Yeah, trading Oko for Colossus definitely does not feel good. I agree. We're both our decks are stumbling, but we just like happen to have drawn most of our expensive spells here, which sucks. Yep. That's Magic, great. You know? If you don't want to play a game where you stumble and die, try Mythgard. Which we're gonna play some of later today. Alright, Korvold's kind of expensive here. Definitely want my grasps, definitely want my extra Vraska, I think. Do I trim Once Upon a Time just because I don't have time to cast it for mana a lot of the time here? And like, my mana is pretty okay. I've got 24 lands in it. I've got these eggs. Maybe I'd rather trim eggs than Once Upon a Time. Maybe Mayhem Devil's not good enough here. I'm gonna trim a Devil and 2 eggs. I feel like I really only want this card once we're set up to win. Let's give that a try. The shilling is real. hashtag sponsored. I'm excited that they wanted to partner. Having an excuse to play more Mythgard on stream sounds great. Looking at great hands and then throwing them away because of mana. This hand's very good. We get to keep this, and then this will be an untapped green on 1 for us. Perfect. Grab Stomping Ground. Yeah, I am partnering with them. So something I should mention that more. Starting next week, there's going to be at least 4 hours a week of Mythgard built into my regular schedule. Yep, we're going to be sponsored for Mythgard content through the end of the year. They took note that I liked their game and they liked my streams. Yep. So my plan is to do 2 afternoons a week. I'm going to close on Mythgard content starting next week. Although, today we're going to close on Mythgard content too because I'm going to run late. Rural Southwest Ohio, 2,300 square feet, 170,000, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah, that was about, the house we had before this one, when we moved earlier this year, it was, 2,400 square feet with 3 baths, and we sold for, like, 155. How free-to-play friendly is Mythgard? I don't know how free-to-play friendly games are, because I'm a whale everywhere. Like, even before I partnered with them, I had given them a couple $100. If you do try it, I will say this, their ability to sample their game is excellent with their feature decks. They basically have full-powered constructed decks. They have full-powered constructed decks that you can play without owning any of the cards, which is an awesome way to sample. Their weekend tournaments, the same weekend as the MCQ, so I'm going to play the MCQ. You can be competitive without spending any money at all. And if you do give Mythgard a try, they gave me a bunch of codes to give away. So for the next week, if you get started, I have an unlimited stock of codes. So drop me a message and I'll send you one. Island. I think we're just holding on to Grasp for the time being. Because they could have... Ooh, that's a good draw. This lets me eat their Zerta without having to tap it. 2,300 square feet is roughly $1.2 million here. Oh, the left coast. Oh, the left coast. Johnny Hotbox, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. What's their angle? Honestly, the weirdest thing about the Mythgard client is I don't have to restart it every hour and a half. It's kind of strange. I don't really understand what they're doing there. It's like they want you to keep playing. Yeah, the right coast and the left coast, you know? I've just been leaving Mythgard running in the background and I've not closed the client in 3 days. That's awesome. I want to check out their 2v2 mode at some point. That's true, you can just play it in the web browser. The rant people were talking about from yesterday is in the Once Upon an Aristocrats League in an hour 40. Yeah, you can literally just play it as the HTML5 application. I think I'm keeping this. It's maybe a little slow on the draw, but it's going to set the goose loose, so. Vraska's pretty okay in this matchup. The egg is kind of random. The rant was on the topic of enlightened centrism. Wow, way to crush my goose. Someone had asked if I get a bonus from people using the codes. I don't. They just give you free stuff. Harry W., thank you for the Twitch Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. They do not have a referral program as of yet, but I'm sure they'll probably add something like that at some point. Was Mayhem Devil a good draw, chat? I think Mayhem Devil is probably a good draw. Opponent's getting aggressive here. Makes sense. So, oh, baby. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to use this to make a mana, which then deals a damage here. And then I'm going to use my 2 mana to sack this food to gain 3, which does another damage here. That feels pretty good. Like, added to my board, gained my life, and reduced their board. think I want to trade here. Devil's worth a lot of damage here. Yeah, it was a pretty good turn. Turns out having 5 mana on turn 3 is good. It is mental, Moonlight. Kids, believe it or not, studies have shown that kids experiencing things like lockdown drills have long-lasting psychological impact on children in the United States. Produces anxiety and makes them nervous. Admiral, thanks for the 24 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. When I heard about you on Reddit, all I knew about you is that you were a terrible person and whined all the time. Needless to say, 2 years later, you're my favorite streamer. Well, thanks for keeping me around. I'm gonna get Collision Colossus tier, aren't I? Civil Penguin, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Sick. Oh, that's a good draw. Ho, ho, ho. All right, so that'll be really good next turn. So golden egg here. I kind of like a land. What am I sacking to this? Can I sack 3 things this turn somehow? Yeah, so, okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go sack a food, I'm gonna sack this, and this is gonna deal a damage, and I'm gonna play the oven, I'm gonna sack a land, and then I'm gonna oven the goose, and deal another damage here. I kinda need a land, I'm gonna sack a land. Listen, let the greed consume you, okay? Well, I'm gonna trade here, because then she can kill this. Oh, God. Well. Never not dead to Teamer Battle Rage, right? Oh, I forgot to sack it. Oh, I forgot to sack. No, I already sacked. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I think we're dead. Yeah, I don't know that we can beat that one. That was gross. I guess I sack this to go up to 11. Okay. Okay. Huh. And then I do this and trade for this. And then next turn, this can kill this. But the problem is, like, every one of their creatures just kills us very quickly from here, right? And then Broko foods the Embercleave, right? All right, we just need one more brick out of them.
Your new look is enchanting.
This line leaves us dead to Hellkite. But if we dodge a Hellkite, we can dodge a ball. Oh, double food. The double food. All right. Am I supposed to Vraska? Vraska does not leave me dead to Hellkite because she gains me a life. Sick.
I invite you to change your ways.
Okay. For a couple people had asked, by the way, if you're interested in Mythgard, I've got codes for subs and non-subs alike. So, if Mythgard is something you're interested in, you do not need to be a sub to get a code. Who's a pretty kitty? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a pretty kitty. Concession cat. Concession cat. Woohoo! This deck is great. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely great. All right, we're playing the last one. No, you just gotta ask for them. I have an unlimited number of Mythgard codes for the next week. Those darn developers, they know to give them a hit for free. Each account can only use one of the codes though. So I have an unlimited number of codes, but they're only good for one per person. So they'll give you a free stuff to get started with. Yeah, drop me a DM. It gives you like a bunch of packs and stuff. It gives you some packs and a couple extra things, I believe. So if you would like the first bump for free, drop me a DM. Slide into my DMs, chat. Does the account does start with stuff too. If you stop being a sub, do you lose access to Discord? Subscribers are removed from Discord 7 days after their sub lapses. So it's not immediately, but it does eventually boot you out. It's an automated system. We just play cat on one, right? I think bidding the egg might be greedy over this, but like Oko, cat, plus this is good. And like by the time we get to 5 mana, we'll probably have one with him. All right, I've not played this matchup yet, so interested to see how this goes. Lovestruck Beast, yep. It was not the 2-drop I wanted for Christmas, but that's a good follow-up here. I'm not gonna attack because I think we're probably more controlling in this matchup. Hey, Sigma Tug, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Goose, right on time, buddy. DM means direct message for people asking what that means. I think I'm just gonna elk this and keep them off of their card advantage, so I can block with cat next turn, no problem. I think me saying I had an unlimited number of codes might have broken my Twitch DMs. I was sending out codes right away, but Twitch is now telling me it can't send the code. It's telling me I can't send. It's saying your whisper is not delivered. All right. I think it got overwhelmed for half a second. All right. And I have them for the next week too, so it's fine. Just try to DM you when it failed. If you're a sub and the DM is failing, Discord will definitely work. If you drop me a line on there. All right, I'm gonna block here and let Broko go down to 1 here.
Why do you cross me?
Actually, no, let's wait on this because this will deal a damage here in a second because I'm gonna have a Mayhem Devil. So let's go. Mayhem Devil. Okay, slide into your DMs for a non-Mythgard related reason. Depends on what that reason is. It's not poison, trust me. Alright, so before they enter combat here, I'm gonna sack this food, which will let me deal a damage to this 1/1. And then I have a cat to chump block this Edgewall Innkeeper here. Naturally, our 4-color mana base is working better than my opponent's likely 2-color mana base. Oh, they're playing green-white. Interesting. Yeah, Oko is buku bucks on Magic Online right now. So, there were enough messages for codes just now that I'm not going to send them out right now, but I promise I will send a treat code to everyone for Mythgard after I'm done streaming today. So that'll probably be about 3 or 4 hours from now. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. The king is here, baby. The king is here. This deck, I like when the deck of the day pick is super easy. Rude. I liked my giant.
You're a tricksy one.
Ooh. I found a piece of nummy candy, chat. I found a piece of nummy candy. Candy. The Stream Decker plugin on the overlay is currently broken. If you go to their website, type !deck in chat, that link does work. Apologies for that. I let the person know who's in charge of that. All right, so I'm gonna cat, sack this, deal 1 here. Drain you for 1. If you trim Korvold off the top, it's not that big of a deal. Play more copies of Vraska. So if you're short mythics and don't have more Korvolds, you can trim them. He's sweet, but like he's not necessary. The rest of the deck's still good. So I blocked the 4/4 with the cat, and then the sacrifice triggers here are gonna kill Edgewall Innkeeper. Oh, finding them has been a pain in the butt in paper too. Yeah, I'd believe that. There might be something to this oven thing. Yeah, the oven thing is real good. Oh. Loxodon. All right. Am I sacking this egg to kill this innkeeper? Nah, next turn sacrificing this will let me draw a card. I'm still gonna kill the Innkeeper this turn, chat. It's just I'm gonna get to draw cards to do it.
One bite, and all your cares are gone.
No, the cat didn't block 2 attackers. It just, I shot down the second attacker with my triggers. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's not misclick. Go. Why sacrifice the egg over sacking the cat there? The cat you would get back. You are right, I just missed it. If I sack the cat, I draw an extra card. Thank you for pointing that out. Didn't matter. Had an incredible embarrassment of riches. Won the game anyways. Alright, Noxious Grasp is great. Vraska seems fine. All of our cards seem good, chat. I don't know what to cut. They spent the whole game attacking Oko. They really did. They spent the entirety of the game attacking Oko. What are the cuts? Am I supposed, like, this was good there, but it was probably unnecessary, right? Is that the sad truth? I think this is fine. I think this was fine. Yeah, the Teamer sideboard for the sideboard guide for Team of Friends is up on Cool Stuff Inc. now. You can find it at that link. MTGO was okay this morning. Modern was kind of medium as it continues to be. Yeah, their giant killers are worse if we cut Korvold. That's a very good observation. Hey, Captain Command, thanks for doling out a sub gifty. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. How badly do I need to craft the king? It's not super necessary. If you're light on Mythic Wild cards, I would replace the copies of the king with more Vraskas, up to 3 copies of Vraska. I think the king is good if you have them, but I don't think this deck is unplayable without them, if that makes sense. All right, I think we're just gonna Noxious Grasp this. As good as turn 2 Oku is, I think taking Edgewall and Keeper off the table is important here. Yeah, we played Jeskai Ascendancy today. That deck feels too slow and fair for Modern these days, which is saying something. Wait, what? Probably a 4-3, or are we eating my food? Sure. You have destroyed my food. No, we played green JAC this morning. Is turning your cat into a 3-3 considered fattening before you throw it into the oven? Asking the real questions.
Welcome to the feast.
Asking the real questions. Okie doke. Wonder if that's what they were looking for. The cat came back the very next day. Oh, the cat came back the very next day. Oh, they thought he was a goner, but he just couldn't stay away, away, away. Hey, hey, hey. I'm technically missing red mana, but I've got like Goose and I've got Egg, so I think we're fine here. I mean, March is only for 2 here, right? So it's like not a big deal. I guess they could have like March into Tristani, I suppose.
You see the humor here.
Just stone cold nothing. That song takes me back to Cartoon Network. That was an old camp song when I was growing up. That's incredibly rude. Ah, I didn't play around the Devout Decree. Pro tip, chat. You could play around Devout Decree on your cat by making it green with Oko. Pro tips with Jeff Hoagland. Ooh. I wonder if their hand's just like all removal here. I feel like there's a chance their hand just has a bunch of removal in it. I'm playing a huge modern tournament this weekend. Should I play Burn or what my heart says I'm good at playing? Magic tournaments never give you enough prizes to not play a deck that you enjoy. So if you like playing Jund, you should play Jund. I think a Rampage the Clan's food deck sounds hilarious and excellent. Is this going to be the March? This is a March for 6. I think we're still pretty okay here, though, right? Like, it's to, like, mow down a bunch of their squad here. Back for a third of the year. Very glad to give you my base of bucks. Thanks for keeping me around, Sig. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Okay, looking for like another devil or like a once into a devil here, I think. Just gonna make another food token. If they have a if they have a pump spell here, they could have flourish. Oh, that's actually a good point, She. I think you're right that I made a mistake that last turn. Yeah, I should kill the tokens on my turn so they can't play a bigger march. That's a good suggestion. I definitely missed that. Well, even with missing that, this deck was powerful enough to pull us through, hit the Hawaii 5-0, and we beat like the smorgasbord in that league, right? We beat Mono Red Calamity, we beat Golos Field, we beat the Green White Adventures deck. We beat a good range of things. This build was super sweet. Very easily deck of the day. Mana felt relatively clean. I'm not certain that 3 of these is correct at the top end, and like people are asking if you're short mythics on these and don't want to craft them. I think some number of Vraska more in the main is fine. Like splitting these 2-2 might even be optimal. But I don't know. I'm a sucker for drawing cards. This card draws a lot of cards, but yeah, I've got a second Vraska in my board right now, but splitting these 2-2 is probably fine. What a weird league didn't see Flash. Was played against a bunch of good decks that didn't see Flash. How strange. And as always, if you missed any of the games in that, everything goes up on my website, my YouTube channel later tonight. Definitely be able to find it there. Our next deck's going to be a super smorky deck here. We have some Mardu Knights with some Ember Cleaves and a cheeky Chance for Glory here. We're going to take a quick ad break, and I'm actually going to be running long today, so I'm going to pull my Invisalign out and so I can eat some lunch here really quick. But don't go anywhere. We've got two more Magic decks coming up. We've got Mardu Knights followed by Temur Oko.